Welcome, everybody. This is a deeper perspective. This is Be Well Informed. Today on YouTube. So, we're going to be talking about something interesting and something I find to be very applicable to everyday life. And that thing basically is asking two basic and fundamental questions in any situation. But before we begin, this video is sponsored by myself. I have a podcast called A Deeper Perspective, and I talk about a lot of the things that I'm talking about here, and I tend to go deeper on the podcast than I do on these videos. So if you are interested, it is on every platform. I will link down below a Spotify version of the podcast for you all to enjoy, and hopefully there are some good episodes. There's some new ones. There's one I did on the purpose of observing your mind and your body. That's pretty much a good related topic to this one, because it relates to the same topic, because the mind is our thoughts, and the body contains emotions. So when it comes to any kind of situation, it doesn't matter what the situation is, there's two basic questions you need to ask yourself in any moment, any situation. And that question is, what are the emotions? What are the thoughts and emotions, what are my thoughts and emotions in this moment, or in pertaining to this situation? And how does that influence what I see? And the reason why these are so fundamental as questions is because for so many of us, we kind of find ourselves affected by emotions. Like if you get annoyed at somebody, a lot of times that filters what you say. Now, I've got an overt example of how this can work. I said, when you find yourself in sadness or whatever, your mind, what it sometimes will do is it will make this statement that this is the end of the world, that this feeling will never end, and this kind of thing. The emotion filters, it makes the mind see things in a certain perspective. And so when you become angry at someone, you cannot see them in a charitable light and a charitable understanding. And so these two questions are meant to get you to, number one, notice your emotions and your thoughts and emotions in this moment. That's the first question. And number two, see if they're affecting you in this moment. See how they're affecting you. It's not a question of if or when. It's probably more of a question of how. That is what I've learned from the past couple of years of doing, becoming aware of my thoughts and emotions. It's one of the most interesting things to me that when you become aware of something, if you're not aware of something that's happening to you, say, for instance, a good example of how this works is if you're not aware that there's a step in front of you, if you're paying attention to something else, you may trip, you may fall off that step, you may, whatever. But if you're aware of that step, you can negotiate it, you can navigate it. And the same thing is true for your thoughts and emotions. If you're not aware of your thoughts and emotions, they can trip you up. They can cause you problems. They can cause you biases and blind spots. But if you are aware of them, there's no guarantees, but you can at least navigate them with a modicum of success. And that's really the purpose of this question. Is
speech on. 5 minutes. Stop. Take picture. Speech off.
Are you aware of your thoughts, of your emotions? And if so, how are they affecting, how are they influencing what you see right now? Or how you behave in this current moment? That's another aspect to this question as well. So the two questions are, what are my thoughts and emotions in this current moment, and how do they affect what I am seeing and how I behave in this moment? And so you can use these questions in any situation. And there's a way as well to easily observe thoughts and emotions quickly. No need for meditation, no need for any of this. So all you do is observe your thoughts. Notice your thoughts. Now, from what I've noticed, my experience is that most of the time thoughts are more in like the head area, the brain type area, the brain case kind of area, like, the head. And the emotions are in the body, usually the chest, belly area, from what I've noticed. So what you do is you start by becoming aware of what is in your head right now, observing your thoughts. Let's do that right now. Observe your thoughts. Now, observe your body. Become aware of the sensations in your body, and see if you can notice any emotions in your body. And then you just kind of go back and forth between becoming aware of what is inside your head and becoming aware of what is inside your body. Back and forth for a couple of minutes, or however long you want to do this for. You can do it for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes. It's all up to you. But the goal is to distance yourself from these thoughts and emotions so they don't affect you as much and don't cause you as much strife and as much of an influence. They don't have as much of an influence on you as they would normally have if you weren't aware of them. So anyways, I hope you liked this episode. This is a short kind of a episode to do. And I'll talk to you in the next episode of Be Well Informed.